standard feature of an abusive relationship is the devaluation phase. If you're new to my page, my name is Jackie and I'm giving real examples of emotional abuse so that you can spot them in your relationships. So devaluation is where all of the confusion starts. Like you just had this period of time where this person loved everything about you. There was nothing you could do wrong. You were everything they ever wanted. And then one day it just flips. So devalue means to reduce or underestimate the worth or importance of. So in other words, everything that you brought into the relationship, and not just the things that you do, but like how you do them or the pieces of your personality that make you you. Slowly over time, they're no longer viewed as valuable. And so they start to say and do things that make you feel like shit. And I remember it being so covert. I had these hobbies and interests in the beginning, and it seemed like he appreciated them, that he admired them. But once the devaluation started, they were no longer worthy hobbies. It's great that you're into yoga, even though it doesn't seem to be helping. In the beginning, he admired that I was so educated. I was working on my master's and we would have endless conversations over psychology, and I would always be referencing like the research that I was doing. But whenever we would have a conflict over like, say, parenting or communication styles or boundary setting, I would reference research and he would find some ways to not only like criticize the studies, but my education. Oh, you read it in a book, so it must be true. Don't you ever have an original thought? He would criticize me and disguise it as help or advice. I had a Beachbody On Demand subscription and started a weight training program. I was doing the program for no reason other than I felt good doing it. He would pipe up and say that I was doing the weight training all wrong, and that's why I wasn't losing any weight. Except I wasn't trying to lose weight. When I was eating healthy, there was nothing for him to eat. But when I had a cheat day, so much for eating healthy. You literally can't win. But over time, the devaluation and the criticism got more overt. He would straight up call me stupid if I didn't do something the way he would do it. I lived in the city most of my life, so there's a lot of things about country living that I just don't know. I didn't know how to pack a cooler to go camping or attach a trailer to a hitch. He would ask me to help him do these things that were completely out of my wheelhouse. But anytime I would slip up or make a mistake or not do it exactly how he would do it, I would hear about it for days. If I slipped slightly in my words, he would harp on it. We had these old storm windows. One time I called them stormers and he wouldn't drop it. And it's not in like a, that's adorable that you called it that, but in like a, I can't believe how dumb you are for calling it that. It was the look on his face. It wasn't endearment, it was superiority. So not only do they devalue the things that make you unique, but they devalue the contributions that you make to the home. I helped him gut, frame, insulate, drywall, and paint the entire back of our house. Anytime he worked on a project in the home, I wasn't allowed to be anywhere but beside him so that I could be his little gopher. But if you asked him, he did all of the work. So because he didn't value my contributions, he felt entitled to financial compensation. Then of course they don't value your feelings or ideas or perspectives. They're all invalidated and dismissed. You're not allowed wants outside of theirs. Your goals better not conflict with theirs. You basically turn into someone whose sole purpose is to make their life run smoothly. This can and will erode your self-worth. These things are done intentionally to diminish your self-esteem and confidence so that they can control you and make you dependent on them for approval and validation. When you get out of these relationships, you will feel like you don't even know who you are anymore. Getting back in touch with your true self and rediscovering your value and the gifts you have to offer the world is the first step for healing. I've created a 30-day alignment journal that will do just that. We need to reconnect to ourselves so that we can start our path towards healing.